wake your ass up, because it's time to go beast mode.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, YouTube. It's your boy Ronin5321. Please call me Ronin for short, and welcome to some more Apex Legends. So, this is not the comparison video that I had in mind, but looking through my YouTube videos of everything that I ever made, I kind of wanted to make a part 2 to this Bloodhound vs. Crypto video. So, early in my YouTube career, air quotes on that, I made a video titled Bloodhound vs. Crypto, who's the better Recon? This was early Season 6, Bloodhound had just gotten super buffed, Crypto was already super buffed, so at this point, everybody had also gotten the Survey Beacon passive, so this, I decided to make a video about this because this was something really interesting. Bloodhound had just gotten super powerful, and it was a hard debate. Pathy had just came off a very rough season. Pathy came off of Season 5, so he was very, I don't want to say obsolete, but he was put in a very, very rough spot. So at the moment, the big question at the time, and I guess still is, because, well, the big question was who was better between Bloodhound and Crypto. That video that I made 7 months ago, has now over 1,000 views. To all of you that watched it, if you could just subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Please, it only takes a couple of seconds. And you guys would make my day, and if you guys would like to watch any other content, that would be just as well. But anyway, part 2 to that same video, because I would like for you guys to just subscribe. And there actually has been some minor changes, at least minor changes to Bloodhound. And I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try and do this comparison as similar as possible. So with that said, let's get into it. First characters first is Bloodhound. So, first things first, before I break down Bloodhound's attributes and put him in my little rating scale, I gotta give you guys her abilities so you guys have full context on what I'm about to say. Okay, so the class ability, which is the Recon Legends are the only ones with the class ability at the moment, or a class passive I should say. Survey Beacons. That is useful for rank and competitive, and it just makes Bloodhound all the much better, I should say. Now, her regular passive is Tracker. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's a tracker, essentially. Whenever you do a scan or after a scan, you'll see these little trackers, like right there, that little paw, or arrows and stuff like that. It'll tell you what an enemy has done, and you can ping them to let your teammates know that people have been here. I think the max time you can see these trackers are for about a minute and 30 seconds, around that range. And you can essentially follow those trackers until you get to either the squad or all that jazz. I've never paid attention to the trackers that much unless they're like right in front of me. So that's just me. I'm not a Bloodhound main, so I don't really use it like that. Now, her tactical is a scan. This scan reveals enemies that are in it for about it'll reveal enemies for 4 seconds anywhere between walls in far ranges. The scan's max range, I want to say, is 3,000 units. Originally it was 1,000, but it's 3,000 units. I don't know what units are as in meters, but if I had to guess, I would probably say anywhere around 300 meters. No, not 300 meters. That's too much. 3,000 units. What's 3,000 units? 100 meters, maybe? Yeah. 100 meters, maybe a little less. Yeah, about 100 meters. Yeah, about 100 meters. Okay, so the scan reaches about 3,000 units, probably about 100 meters, and the enemies last for about 4 seconds, and then it's on a 20-second recharge. 26-second recharge, I'm so sorry. And now the ultimate is called Beast of the Hunt. Now this ultimate is why Bloodhound became extremely well in Season 6, because they did a lot with this ultimate when they buffed it. So originally it was just a 30% speed boost, and you could see enemies, so everything would go into black and white, and enemies would be highlighted in red. I have colorblind on, so for me, enemies are highlighted in blue. But you could immediately see through fog, you could immediately see through caustic smoke. This made Bloodhound Bangalore such a strong combo back in the day. I mean, they still are a strong combo, but back in the day, if you had a Bloodhound ult, you could immediately see through the smoke. Like, it wasn't even an issue for Bloodhound. Now, with the ultimate, they increased the amount of time you're in it, so it went from 30 seconds to 35 seconds. That's how long the ultimate is. The tactical charge is now, or recharge has been decreased from 26 seconds to 8 seconds, which is useful. and whenever you get a knock inside Beast of the Hunt, you gain anywhere between 5 to 15 seconds back on your time. Now this time is only gained depending on how much time you have left on Beast of the Hunt. So for example, you start out with 35 seconds. Let's say you get a knock around the 30-second mark, you will gain 5 seconds at least. You'll gain at least 5 seconds. Now let's say you're running low on Beast of the Hunt, you have about 5 seconds left. You'll get an extra 15 seconds. That's the max you'll get back. So it's pretty interesting, because if you can get a full squad wipe and still have 26 seconds left, and you get third party and you knock some of them, you'll just get more time in your time. And essentially you can kind of stay in Beast of the Hunt for like a strong minute, maybe a minute and 30 if your fight's that long. Or your fight should never be that long. Let's see. Did I forget anything else? You can see through this fog with the old... the scans are 8 seconds, which means 4 seconds to see your enemies, and then it's a 4-second rest period. So you kind of have to predict where they're going after that. The time frame on which you get the time back on the ultimate. No, I believe I have everything. Okay, so now I can get to the rating system. So I always go by my rating systems in 5 categories. I go movement, offense, defense, team versatility, and team utility. These for me make up the way Apex is played. I believe this is the best way you can play Apex. This is how the best of the best play Apex, with all of these things in mind. Apex isn't, I don't want to say it's a strong ability based game, but abilities do make a difference. I won't say it doesn't, because Caustic is, anybody can play Caustic and essentially win a fight. Caustic's a very easy legend to use. But if you put a, so that's the thing, a new player can play Caustic and be pretty good, but if you give Caustic to a pro player, he'll just murder everybody in the game if he's know what he's doing, or because the only counter to a Caustic isn't the Caustic. Caustic is the one legend where abilities matter in this, or where abilities beat gunplay in this game, because it's Caustic's just that type of a character. They're gonna nerf him, but I digress. The point is that abilities do not make up the most of the game, they just affect the game in a very strong way. What this game thrives off of is gunplay and movement, in my honest opinion, and I think that opinion can be supported by facts and is extremely valid. So with that, we go to the movement. All legends in this game I give automatic movement a 5. For the noob, a 5 is the best thing I can give you, because you're just learning the game. I came off of Titanfall 2, so I'm kind of aware of the basic movements. I just started learning how to wall hop. I'm still learning, and bunny hopping. It's one of those things. But for any noob, base movement 5, and then whatever movement skills they have, I'll add to the rating just to balance it out, because I believe that's fair. Now, because Bloodhound's ultimate gives her that 33 or 30% speed boost, it takes a second to get used to, because you have a faster strafe speed, which means your aim will be a little bit, your aim will slightly be adjusted to the speed you're moving at, and you kind of have to adjust for that. And it's really good, because like if you're trying to run away or beat Storm or and all that jazz, you essentially run as fast as an Octane for about 35 seconds. So I would give her a 7 off movement. You can still get shot at. You don't have a jump pad, kind of like Octane, so it's not gonna be that hard. So it's kind of hard to get out, but because of that, she is a little bit So I would definitely give her a 7 for movement. In terms of offense, I probably want to give Bloodhound a 10 for offense. I want to say strong 9, 10. Because, well, no, I'm probably just going to give her a 10, because her offensive utility is very, very powerful. In the hands of a great Bloodhound, the scans, you will probably only need to scan twice while in the ult, but a scan will just help you, essentially. It's insane. And the scans help your teammates, so in terms of overall, I'll get to that in team utility, but in terms of overall offensive potential, it's so good. And you could also find rats and stuff like that. I'll actually put that in the defensive category. So for offense, we'll give her a 10. Defense is really interesting. I can't give Bloodhound a low defense. The only thing that she would really do is, like I was about to say, find rats or find solos hiding anywhere, or any teams hiding in certain spots. This is good, especially good for ranked, because you can see where if there's any teams hiding and you're trying to fight a squad, you don't want to get third partied and all that crazy. And because of the range that the ultimate can reach, it's much easier to find people. But in terms of overall defensive, I would probably give I can't even give you an average of I'll probably just give you a 5. Yeah, because with the 5 you can figure out how many people you want to fight, how many people are in the in range, or how many people are in range of your scan that you want to fight. It's just one of those things. So probably, yeah, I'll just leave it at 5. I'm thinking 5 or 4 because besides that, you don't really provide any defensive utility except for the scans, but the scans aren't really that strong of a defense. So 5 for defense. Now versatility. I like versatility with abilities. So most of the time, every legend has a certain gimmick with their abilities. Like Caustic is all gas, Bloodhound is a hunter, so you can track you, find you, scan you, chase after you. That's just his gimmick. Crypto is a tech gimmick. Crypto lives and dies off the drone. You know, certain legends have certain gimmicks. So Bloodhounds. Oh yeah, and the point of that was that the gimmicks kind of affect the playstyle, and then certain gimmicks can kind of coincide with each other. For example, Bangalore, the smokeout legend, the I don't want to say the escape legend, but the play around legend kind of plays with Bloodhound, and then Bloodhound, being the person that can see through gas and scan through objects and items and stuff, can definitely go up against Caustic, or work with Caustic. So where if you're gassing out and your teammates can't really see, you can kind of use Bloodhound scan to help with that. It's one of those things that make it really well. But in terms of versatility, the fact that Bloodhound can scan survey beacons make her much more viable in rank. The movement speed plus the scans allow her to be much more agile and evasive in terms of combat. And the fact that the scans, the fact that you can actually see highlighted enemies for a constant period of time, and the way her ultimate works just makes her really, really strong in certain aspects. You could just keep going and going and going and going. It's just insane. Yeah, it's like, it's not broken, but it's like a good Bloodhound main, or a person who knows what they're doing with Bloodhound can just be destructive as heck. So in terms of versatility, I'll give Bloodhound a 7. Excuse me. Now, on to what's the last one? Team utility. Now, back what I was saying earlier about team compositions. This is where team utility plays a good part. Now, essentially, you don't have to play, like, in my mind, a good Bloodhound composition team is Bangalore, Bloodhound, Caustic. Why? Because they all have some type of smoke. Bloodhound can scan, Bloodhound can see through the smoke, so not only can you blind your enemies, but Bloodhound will have the extreme advantage. Bloodhound and Caustic will have a slight advantage, because Caustic can see through his own gas. But Bloodhound will have the extreme advantage of being able to see while in Beast of the Hunt. And the only thing that could compete with that would be any digi threats that the characters will have, or another Bloodhound that's fighting them in that same time. And the wall scans will also help the opposition see through the smoke and all that chaos, and it'll just be insane. So with that said, let's see, what did I, that's the entire rating. So I gave movement a 7, I gave offense a 10, so I got 7, 10, I gave defense a 5, 17, 22, I gave versatility, I gave versatility, do I want to give it a 7 or an 8? Evasive, scans, agile. Yeah, I'll give it an 8 just because it can be that much of a variety. So that's 30. I gave, and then I gave team utility. The potential of it is really high, but if you know what you're doing, I'll give that an 8 too. So that's 38. Okay, so Bloodhound gets a 38 out of 50 in terms of ratings. Now, if my math is completely off, I'll fix that in the editing process. So that's Bloodhound, and yeah. So with any finishing notes on Bloodhound, because as much as I want to show you guys this as a gameplay, it's gonna be over in a couple of minutes. I don't want to take too long. So Bloodhound's kit is leaning towards the aggressive playstyle. So if you just saw that, if you guys want to go back and replay that fight that I just had, where I took on a whole entire team by myself and won, if you guys were paying attention. When I got that double knock, I literally only had a couple of seconds left on my ultimate, and the moment I got that knock, it shot up 15 seconds, and I got another knock, and it shot up another 5 seconds. It was freaking insane. It was just that crazy. So Bloodhound is the aggressive type. You want to immediately push a fight. You shouldn't do it by yourself like I just did and landed straight into a bunch of caustic gas like an idiot. But if with a coordinated team, you guys could plan your strikes and then just be that powerful. It's just insane what you could do with it. And that's Bloodhound. Next is my main. my personal favorite and the only legend I ever really played in this goddamn game, Crypto. Okay, so my boy Crypto, as much as you guys might think I'm gonna be biased, I promise you my whole rating system is not biased because Crypto has a lot of weaknesses. So, first things first, let me give you some abilities. Crypto's passive is called Neuralink, along with the class passive, the survey beacon scans. We can scan survey beacons. Crypto can do it with his drone and or without the drone. And then to the passive is called Neuralink. So what you guys are seeing right now, whatever the drone sees, my teammates see, or along with me. Enemies will get highlighted. The drone cannot see through walls, but it can see through open windows and glass windows. So that's a little neat trick for you guys to learn if you want to know about that. The drone has health. The drone has 60 health. The hitbox for the drone is pretty decent, so they can get shot out. And then when the drone is destroyed, you have a 40-second recharge. So be careful. Yeah, be careful, because if you have an EMP and it's like near the end of the ring, you don't want your drone to get destroyed. You're gonna want your drone to be safe at all costs, because that EMP is very, very powerful. Along with the tactical, the drone, I don't know if it says this on when you look at him, but the drone can not only scan survey beacons, the drone can pick up respawn banners if your teammates died, and your Pokins can respawn. Your drone can use the respawn beacons immediately. So if you use it, or if you go up to it with the drone, normally it takes about what's the respawn time? 5 seconds, 5 to 8 seconds. When you're using a respawn beacon, the drone does it immediately, like right off the bat. Like once you go up to it, click square, boom, or click X, or not X, yeah, click X, boom, for Xbox players. It's immediate. I'm running on PS4. And then I believe that's it. Oh, last thing with the tactical, whenever you're in Crypto's drone, if you're looking at survey beacons, it will tell you how many squads are in range. Now, when I say in range, the max range of the drone is 200 meters from wherever Crypto is at. So if your teammates are all the way on the other side of the map, and you ping a spot where Crypto is that says no squads in range, that means it's no squads in range from Crypto, not from the teammates. So don't be dumb, teammates, when you have a Crypto on your team, or if you are Crypto, don't leave your team by themselves, because it's, or at least if you're trying to go for some solo stuff, fine, but if you're playing for a team, don't leave each other. That's going to be really important. Now, I believe those are all this. Oh, last secret tip. You can ping the banners with the drone, and and Crypto will tell everybody how many squads are in range, or what it says on the drone, what amount to do, or if you guys are paying attention, it's right there. So, with that out the way, his ultimate is an EMP. Now, the EMP, what it does, your teammates get stunned, but they do not lose 50 shield. This was added back because of the Crypto Revenant Wraith strat that was going on in Season 5, which I did use it, I'll be guilty, I did use it. It was really strong, what can I say, but the fact they had to put the stun on teammates again is kind of upsetting, because it kind of puts the disadvantage on teammates again, which I really don't like. I don't mind Crypto getting hit with it, but teammates shouldn't have to get stunned or shield destroyed. That should be the advantage. Anyway, now, the way the EMP works is that the EMP is a gigantic sphere from that centers around the drone, and it'll expand where the drone is at. So if you're maneuvering the drone carefully, you can kind of set it up to where nobody on your team can get hit, or where you just don't get hit, and it's kind of easier it makes the fight much easier for you in that sense. The EMP stuns and does 50 shields to all. It stuns everybody and only does 50 shields to you, the Crypto main, and your enemies. Teammates do not get dealt shield damage, but they do get stunned. Now, this ultimate isn't bad. The only thing, the one weakness that Crypto has is that whenever he uses the drone, he is immobile. He literally stops whatever he's doing, and he does not move. So that's the one thing that throws a lot of people off about Crypto, because of how fast this game is. To use your tactical and be standing still, it's very, very rough. So whenever you're using the drone, you got to make sure you're around some type of cover, or you got to be careful not to be in the open when you're doing anything, because you will get shot at. And any new Crypto main, out there knows what it feels like to be in the drone and to be jumped or camped or just ambushed out of nowhere just because you were in the drone for just slightly too long. Your teammates weren't covering your back and you just got sniped or shot at. So, word of advice, small tip, crypto mains, don't stay in the drone for any more than 10 seconds unless your team is covering you. Or unless you're scouting. But if your team is not covering you, you should not be in that drone any longer than 10 seconds. Even 10 seconds is a bit too long. Anywhere between 5 to 7 seconds, you don't want to be longer in that drone. That's just how I do it. At least that's the way I've learned to play. Okay, now, let's get into the ratings. So first things first, movement. Crypto has the movement-based abilities. So, for noobs, you get a 5. For people that know what they're doing in terms of movement and I can give you a 6 because, you know, it's a skill thing. Dodging bullets really does matter. You know, you don't want to get dealt damage. It's winning gunfights is about how much damage you can. It's about not taking as much damage as you deal. So, base movement 5, skilled players movement 6. Now, offense. I believe Crypto's drone has very strong offensive potential, or ability I should say, because the fact that you can scan, or when it sees people, it'll scan them. You can essentially hide the drone in a good spot, and if they're not paying attention to it, you will literally have an infinite scan. How I like to think about it is, you can have the drone cover a certain area, and it'll act as like a fourth person. So let's say you guys are focusing on one thing, you can throw the drone behind you, so that just in case someone tries to flank, you'll get a notification, and then boom, you guys can turn around. The only risk is that if they see the drone first, you can kind of destroy it, or they can kind of destroy it if they're not paying attention. And in terms of offensive, Crypto strives best with a coordinated team. If Crypto is not coordinated and he's trying to run it by himself, it's much harder for him to capitalize off the EMP because people can just heal immediately, especially if they have gold shields. So it's just one of those things. So offensive potential, I give him an 8. Well, I have to give him a 7 or 8. 7 or 8, because you really need a team to do it. Without a team to do it, you're kind of at like a 6, but with the team, you're at an 8. That's just the best way I can explain it. Now, defensive. So offense will be a 7. Offense will be an off-rip 7, because not everybody knows how to use Crypto that well. So offense, 7. Defense, I'm gonna give an 8, and I'm gonna explain. A good Crypto player that knows how to use the drone to their advantage while they're running away can use the drone as a distraction, or can use then that means I should probably give it a 7 too, because this is also based on how good the Crypto player is. Okay, so 7 or 8 for defense, but the way defense works, you can use the drone to run away. The fact that you can respawn people, actually that'll go in versatility. The way you could use the drone as a distraction, or let's say you can run away from people, and then you can plant the drone real quick, go in the drone, leave it there, go out the drone, and then do an EMP, and then slide right out of range. You know, it can be really useful when trying to distract people. There's so many implications for the way that the drone can be used in terms of defense that I have to give it a 7. So so movement's 5, offense 7, defense 7, versatility. Now, here's where I'm extremely biased when it comes to versatility. I give Crypto a 10. I give Crypto a hard 10 in versatility. And there's multiple reasons why. So I'm going to give you like this. What other legend in this game can do so many things with the one tactical that Crypto has? Crypto has one tactical, but that one tactical can do about 6 to 7 different things. About 6 things. The tactical can scan the banners to see how many people in range. The tactical can scan people. The tactical can stay up in the air infinitely. The tactical can grab respawn banners. The tactical can respawn people. The tactical can freaking do EMPs. The tactical can scan server beacons. I probably already said that, but like, who else can do as much as Crypto? Like, really, like, who else can do as much as Crypto? Now, that's not to say Crypto is god tier. I need that to be noted. Crypto is anything but god tier, but Crypto can be extremely good with a good team. It is hard to solo Crypto. It really is, because if you're not in that, because you got to be in the drone, you got to be immobile, but with teammates covering you, you can do setups. it's, you know, Crypto has the potential to be S tier in terms of a team, but just by himself, he's B tier. No, he's A tier at best. A good Crypto is A tier. A noob Crypto is like C tier, B tier, because they're still getting used to it. It's just one of those things, man. So versatility, hard 10. He just has so much variety in terms of what he can do. Now, team utility. Team utility kind of goes along with versatility, because with team utility, it's all about how well, certain legends mesh with other people, or not people, legends. I mean, like how Caustic, or not how Caustic, like how Bloodhound can mesh with Bangalore Smoke and Caustic's gas, certain things. Now the way that Crypto works is that he lives or dies by the drone. Crypto without the drone just becomes another body on the ground. Now that's not a bad thing, but you do want to be able to use every tool to your advantage. So, with that said, Crypto can kind of work like this squad that I'm playing in right now, Wraith, Gibby. You saw how many times Gibby just picked me up? That's what I'm saying about a good team. You know, I could have died anywhere at all. I mean, I did die, but it would have been way harder for me to be that useful without a good team skill as these guys. It's like, but Crypto can kind of mesh with anybody. Crypto can kind of he can go with Caustic and Bangalore. He won't be able to see through the smoke, but he can kind of see outside of the smoke, which is going to be useful, so that can kind of keep the fight inside. Crypto can combine with Wraith and Gibby for transportation and help Gibby be offensive or defensive in certain cases. It's one of those things. Crypto can work with Bloodhound in terms of being a good recon. That means you can just know where everybody is, where to rotate. Crypto has the ability to adapt. That's actually a really good word. Crypto has the strong ability to adapt to multiple legends within the roster, and he can kind of get used to certain play styles. That's the best way I'm going to say that. So for utility, I kind of want to give him a 10 for utility too now, because he's kind of useful. Like if you have a Crypto on your team, you can kind of play a little bit more risky, because you can respawn people with banners, you can pick them up, you can kind of get people within the drone. So for team utility, I'm probably going to give him a 10. Now I'm going to be, is that a biased opinion? Versatility is definitely a 10, but team utility. Okay, for noob Crypto, I gotta give team utility a 7, right? Because it's that much of a difference. Crypto is a strong IQ legend. It's that much of a difference. So noob Crypto, 7. Casual Crypto, or not casual Crypto, but an experienced Crypto will be a 10. So what I'm probably gonna do for Crypto's ratings is that I'm gonna have casual Cryptos on one side, I'm gonna have experienced Cryptos on another side. That way you guys can see the difference between the ratings between a casual and an experienced Crypto. Because that's just, for me, that's just how that works. I got a little bit of time left on this game, so if you guys want to watch it, I actually would really mind, because this game, the ending gets kind of insane on how we win this. So with the little time that I have left, I just want to say thanks to the 30 subscribers that I currently have. And the only reason why I'm even making a part 2 to this video is because the first Bloodhound vs Crypto video I did during the start of Season 6 has over 1,000 views. As of this video, it has about 1,130 views. I kid you not. And if they all could have just subscribed, because I had been posting like 2 videos a week at that time, before I started working again. And I'm hoping everybody would subscribe and follow that. That would freaking be fantastic, you know. But one step at a time. I won't get greedy. I would definitely like to get some more subscribers. So, you know, I have a bunch of other comparisons. I have Wraith vs Pathy. I have a full Recon breakdown. I have another one coming up in the works. I won't spoil that one for you guys yet. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys could just please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.